All right. Starting early tonight. Starting super early tonight. Yes, sir. All right, look, we're not going to waste a lot of time tonight. I'm going to get straight to it. Straight through it. Got a lot to talk about. All right, so spring season's almost over. We got a lot of championships going on right now. And then you got the summer coming up. So we're just going to kind of blast through the show tonight. As always, I'm your host, Morris Hilton. Playing football for a long time. I just play football for fun, man. That's what it is. Right now, I'm a CT Falcon in the spring, Southernton Valley Viper in the fall, summer. And that's what it is. Tonight, hopefully, we're going to get a lot of guests on. Kind of want to hear from the players. I'm going to try to get some ECFL guys on from the summer. I'm going to try to get some spring guys on from the IFA, maybe even some guys from the TFL. So we're going to move through it. We got a lot to talk about tonight, so let's just get straight through it. As always, if you want to partner, collaborate, sponsor a team, a player, a league, reach out to me. I can connect you with just about, anybody in the Northeast. My number's up there as well. All that information is available on Facebook. Let's jump into the horn. Nothing's changed in the national rankings. Been checking every week. Basically, they're just talking about all the different championships going on. Want to send a shout out to the Sumter Sharks. They're in Sumter, South Carolina. Dominant team. I think they're number 2 overall. Let's go back and look at that. Let's just double check. Yes, they are number 2 overall in the CFA. They play teams from Virginia all the way to South Carolina. So great football happening out there. 2A national rankings. Nothing changed, like we said before, but you got a couple of teams up there that's from our area. You got the Long Island Eagles, CT Falcons. You got the Mount Vernon Bangers up there. East Coast Cardinals is up there. The Seacoast Warhawks, in my opinion, should be up there. I really don't know why they're not, but they should be. Big shout out to the Long Island Eagles. Team's been around for a while now. They've been dominating from the very beginning. Truly could consider themselves a minor league football team. Big shout out to them. They starting their playoffs. They had a first-round bye. They starting their playoffs. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But big shout out to the Long Island Eagles. They got dogs down there, man, all over the place. Great offensive line. One of the best offensive lines I've seen in semi-pro, and it's been consistently like that. Very, very good offensive line. Great defensive line. Fast linebackers. One of them plays in the IFA. Deadly dude, Xavier Carp Jr., deadly dude. They got some great receivers. Just a great football team all in all. All right. I still got it saying week 7. I didn't change it. I'm sorry. But this is basically in the playoffs. Eagles is the best team out, undefeated. Bengals is 5-3. They got the higher seeding. So they're really number 2. And then the Green Wave, even though they got the better record, they're really the number 3. If you go to the TFL website, I think it's just a numbers game. So they got the Green Wave above the Bengals, but all in all, the Bengals is the better team. You got the Ducks in there. Bulldogs and Bengals are out. They both lost. And on the right, you'll see the little graphic that shows you what the scores was from this past weekend. Ducks beat the Bulldogs 15-6. Green Wave blew the Bengals out first round. So congrats to both of those teams. We're going to talk about the games that they got to play right here. So you'll see the Green Wave is taking on the Bangers on Saturday at 7:30 in New Rochelle. And then out in West Babylon, you got the Ducks taking on the Eagles. So gonna be a good one. Gonna be a great one, actually. Not really sure which game is the better game, honestly. I think maybe the Green Wave Bangers game is the better game. You got the rematch. Maybe the teams are a little closer. That's about it. That's all I can say about that. Out in the NEAFL, out in Jersey, PA, Delaware, you had your semifinals, which is basically your conference championships. The New Jersey unit just barely squeaked it out over the Central Jersey Knights. The New Jersey unit is on that 3A national rankings. They are a very, very good football team. A lot of people probably don't know. I was reminded of it that the unit actually played the Mount Vernon Bangers. So we got some crossover there, which is pretty cool. I think that game ended in a tie. And then on the other side of the bracket, you got the Jersey Jags Shout out the Philly Phantoms. Philly Phantoms was a 50-50 team. I think they was like 5-5 or 6-4 or something like 6-5 or something. The unit is a 3A team. Yes, they are. And the Bengals are technically a 2A team, but I would argue against that. But yeah, Philly Phantom was a 50-50 team, and they made it all the way, to the end. So congratulations to them guys for overcoming adversity, picking up in the second half of the season. They gave the New Jersey unit their only loss on the season as well. That's a big deal for them, but they couldn't hold out against them Jersey Jags. So we know what's going on out there. Juan Rodriguez, congrats to you, my boy. He was my quarterback on the Hudson Valley Mountaineers last year. Good dude, great football player, smart dude. He's an MVP candidate. Jaquel Bailey is another quarterback MVP candidate. He's a quarterback of the Jags. From what I've heard, super elusive, dynamic dude. He can launch the ball. Great football player. So congrats to those guys. Um, this is what's going on out there. So if you're from Jersey, if you're in the area, go check that game out. June 11th, 4 p.m. It's going to be in Bridgeton, New Jersey at Jim Hersey Stadium. Go check that game out. Two of the best teams in the spring, at least in the Northeast, man. Two of the best teams out there. Yeah, second year, as David Miranda said, second year for the Jags and the Chip. The unit I think the unit's a first year team. I'm not certain about that, but I know for sure that they put on this year. They definitely put on this year. You could go to Facebook and you could check out the New Jersey Unit Athletic Department. They got all the information you could ever want up there. Signings, coaches, players, everything's up there. I love what they do down there. They got graphics and designs and all types of stuff. Go check them out. All right, real quick, we're just gonna take a quick peek at it. The IFA power rankings. We looked at what's going on in NEAFL. We looked at TFL and the IFA. We kind of blacked out the teams that are no longer in the running anymore. Cardinals at number 1, still undefeated. Seacoast Warhawks, they beat the New England Bearcats this past weekend, so they're 6-1. They take on the Cardinals. You got the Falcons still at 5-2. They had the bye week, and the Patriots beat on the New York Crusaders, so they moving on as well. We're gonna see them teams go up against each other. One thing that stands out is that the New York Patriots defense is the real deal. They legit. Them dudes fly all over the place. Great football team. That offense has found its identity. It took them a while, but they really found their identity. They rocking and rolling. I think they got Xavier playing running back a lot more now, taking a lot more snaps. Them guys is blocking downfield. They're doing a great job. So gonna be a great weekend. Quickly, we're gonna look at the stats in the IFA. I think one of the things that stands out, if you look on paper, the Warhawks probably should destroy the Cardinals. Like if all you did was look at the stats, I mean the Warhawks are like the better team, but I mean if you look at the average points allowed, average points scored, I mean it just all looks that way. Did a little working with the numbers. I mean, based on the numbers, it says the Warhawks should win 35-31. In my personal opinion, I mean, even from looking at the first time they met each other, it was a 21-20 game, I think. In my opinion, I think the game is somewhere around like 28-26 Cardinals. The numbers say the Warhawks should win, but if you know, you know. And then on the other side, I think it's really crazy that the Falcons and the Patriots are a lot closer than they appear. Like when you look at the over-under, a 3-point difference. When they first played each other, it was a 2-point difference in the game. So the numbers say the Patriots should win this game 10-8, which was the score of the first game, actually. The Falcons won 10-8. In my opinion, I know some things. I think it's a 21-16 or 2018 type of game, and it really could go either way. It just depends on what team shows up. So kind of cool to look at the numbers. So for the IFA, this is what happened, right? This weekend passed. New York Patriots in the Southern Conference beat the New York Crusaders 28-8. Seacoast Warhawks absolutely dominated the New England Bearcats. I tapped into that live for a little bit. The Bearcats showed up with like 15, 18 dudes or something like that. I mean, it was really nobody there. They had to take that trip out to Dover. If you know about that trip, you know that's a tough trip to take. One of the toughest to take. So it is what it is. Cardinals, Warhawks, Falcons, Patriots. Let's move on. Games to watch. This is the flyer that I found at first. I think it really is the game to watch. I mean, we talked about it already. That score is probably going to be super close. It's a rematch. It's a rivalry in some ways. It's a lot of things happening. It's going to be the first time these teams met was in New York and SUNY Maritime. Now they're going to meet in Connecticut, the Nike site in West Haven. Go check the game out. If you're in Connecticut, if you're in the area, 7:30 kickoff. I think it says 7 on the flyer, but I think it's a 7:30 kickoff. Uh, get there early because the fireworks is going to be crazy. That's the IFA. You got the Southern Conference Championship, New York Patriots versus the Falcons. And the TFL, definitely, I think the more interesting game is the Bengals Green Wave game. The Green Wave has shocked a lot of people. The Bengals is a really good football team. I think a lot better than they've shown in the first half of the season. I think they really picked it up as the season went on. Had some tough losses to the Long Island Eagles, a lot of special teams errors. It'd be interesting to see if the Bengals can really show that they're ready for the Eagles. That's also a 7:30 kickoff. That's going to be at Flowers Park, Facina Field in New Rochelle. So that's pretty cool. And then I think really the big game to talk about in the whole weekend, at least in 2A football, is the Warhawks and the Cardinals rematch. Like I said, it was a 1-point game. Both teams are a lot different than when they first met each other. So if you out in Massachusetts, if you in that northern area and you could make it to this game, you should be in that building. Because I'm telling you, the first game was super interesting. Just to watch the film was crazy. I promise you it's going to be an interesting game. I can't wait to see what happens. Out in New Jersey, we talked about it, Jim Hersey Stadium, Unit versus the Jags. So if you're out there and you can make that trip to New Jersey, definitely do so. That's a 4 p.m. kickoff on June 11th. All right, real quick, we're going to talk about one offensive play this week. We're not going to take too long. All we're going to do is talk about the drive concept. Talk about it really quickly. The call that you get here is trips, razor, ZO, PA, deep dive. All right, basically the razor just says that the trips is to the right. ZO means that the Z is off the line of scrimmage. PA is play action, right? You're going to play action to the running back. Now, the whole concept of this play is to get that slot receiver across the field. This is a great play. We should see a lot more of this happening at every level of play. We see this a lot in the NFL. You get the cross action with the Y and the slot. That would normally be an H on this diagram. You got a S there. But basically, the quarterback is making a 1-2-3 read. He's actually looking through that hard end at the top from that Y. He's going to stare that hard end down. But really, what he's looking to see is, does that safety play that deep cut, or is he going to play that over the top post? If he plays that deep cut, throw that ball downfield. But the very first read is that linebacker. That linebacker shoots underneath that comeback. He's hitting that drive. You know, if the linebacker sits on that drive, he's really going to eye that comeback if that dude's a dog. If not, we already talked about it. He's going to go to 2. His last read is a check down to the running back. Listen, implement plays like this into your playbook. Promise you, you will score a lot more points. You will score a lot more often. This is a great way to get 4 or 5 yards at a time. Force a defense to play you honestly. As soon as they bite down on something, as soon as they get over aggressive, you got the post going over the top. You could change that comeback to a go, right? A stop and go. You could change that comeback to a cheer. I mean, you could change that comeback to a lot of things and really throw a defense off, especially if they don't have 2 safeties that can play. Honestly, all they got is 1 safety and they go 1 high. You could really kill them all day with a play like this. All right. Defense is something I kind of don't talk a lot about, but today I want to kind of talk football, playing all the gaps, playing 8 gaps, right? What you're seeing right here is called 7 diamond. 7 diamond is from the very beginning of football. This was like one of the first formations, a defensive formation that was ever really designed in football, and it was one of the most effective. Um, this is like we talking about before helmets were like hard when they were just like rubber hats, right? And if you look at this, this is going to be on YouTube, so go back to it if you want to look at it. But when you look at this, basically everybody has a gap, and the formation at the top is regular 7 diamond. At the bottom, you got eagle. Eagle basically, if you got 2 big tackles, you want to move them inside, clog up the middle. You just move them in with the wide. If you got faster guys, you want to spread them out, really use your speed to your advantage. You go wide tackle. But here's the interesting thing about Seven Diamond. It evolved, right? So just kind of talking about how the game has evolved. The Seven Diamond evolved into the Seven Box. So if you go back and look, Seven Diamond has one safety high. As teams, develop the ability to throw the ball downfield more, they ended up having to put another safety out on the field. So now Seven Box, you got two safeties on the field, right? Still in tight though, right? And everybody still has a gap. But now your two linebackers, instead of your linebackers reading which way the nose goes, the nose and the two linebackers are working in tandem to fill the open gaps. This is where read defense started to become a thing. And then seven box developed into 52, 5-2 defense. And then what ended up happening was, they started putting receivers on the field. So you had to put fast guys out there with them. So you put corners on the field. You end up with two safeties high, two linebackers. The reason I want to talk about this tonight is because when you think about defense, especially at the semi-pro level, the most, right? The better football teams at the semi-pro level, they understand gaps. They have a bunch of guys who understand how to fill gaps. They have guys who know how to scrape. They know guys who know how to take read steps. They know what they're reading. These are some of the things that if you develop these things more, if you coach these basic things early in the season, you get guys to understand these concepts more, you'll have better play on the field, especially defensively. A lot of the better teams play all their gaps, and it doesn't matter how they line up. And I just kind of wanted to talk about how the game has evolved from the very beginning. It started with gaps. It started with playing gap defense, right? It was none of this fancy wide nine techniques for your defensive end and all these apex players. The game is actually very simple. It's all about gaps and making sound reads and just doing your job. That's really what it comes down to. So 52 strong is a great example of that. It's one of those like hard nose, punch you in the mouth type defenses. So that's all. Just wanted to kind of shine a light on that for a bunch of guys who probably kind of got away from that. All right. With that being said, I created a graphic. I created a graphic, and it's been running through my mind. I had said something one time on a chat on a forum. I had said something like, yo, when I think about it, I think the IFA might be the more competitive league compared to the TFL. And I was going, if you take that team and put them up against that one and that one against that one, I say, you know what? Why don't I just put it all on a graphic and do what I've been doing and try to rank all the teams? And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to rank a bunch of different teams, especially when you leave leagues and they don't really play each other. But this is basically what I came up. It's something like a regional rankings. It's tough, man. It's tough. At the end of the day, we know that the Long Island Eagles is the best team out there. They're just undefeated. They just came off a national championship run. We know the Cardinals is up there with them. We're not really sure exactly how good the Cardinals is. They're a first year program. The Eagles is not a first year program. They've had this success sustained for a long time. Um, but like after you get past the Cardinals, it really starts to become a toss up. Like, and I think the easiest way to kind of do it is weigh the records out the most. Like the record has the most weight. But after that, it gets tough because so how I was looking at it was like, all right, you take the two best teams from the IFA, Eagles, Cardinals, they play each other. Who gets the nod? Eagles get the nod, but it's like it's tough because the Cardinals is a good football team. They could go in there and win that. But like the Warhawks playing the Bangers, the Warhawks is a good football team, man. They're a good football team, and the Bengals have lost some games to worse teams than the Warhawks. So, in my opinion, I don't know. I think the Warhawks is a better football team. Not saying that they have the better athletes by no means. In my opinion, the Bengals roster is one of the best rosters in semi-pro football right now as far as athletic ability. But as far as being a football team and going in and winning a game, it's tough. So basically, I took the records, I took everything that the teams have done throughout the season. I tried to take their stats, I tried to put it all together, and this is what I came up with, and it made a lot of people hot. Boy, it made a lot of people hot. But at the end of the day, we'll never know until these teams play each other and cross over into different games. David Miranda had pointed out the unit was a 318. Um, and the Bengals tied it up with them. And we've been talking about the unit all year as one of the best teams in football, at least in the Northeast in the spring. And the Bengals went toe to toe with them. Look, the Falcons went toe to toe with the Bengals. You know what I'm saying? The Green Wave went toe to toe with the Falcons. The Green Wave and the Bengals played each other during the season. So like putting all of that, on paper is kind of tough because like the Falcons and the Bengals are both at the top of their seeding in their respective leagues. The Bengals beat the Green Wave head to head. Falcons beat the Bengals head to head. Green Wave beat the Falcons head to head. The honest truth is 4, 5, and 6 really to me are all tied at fourth. Really, honest truth. And we're gonna find out because the Bengals play the Green Wave this weekend. So that's awesome. It's awesome that now that we got it kind of laid out this way, as things happen, teams collide, we can kind of put it out that way. But this is kind of something that I was talking about earlier with the podcast, talking about getting like a regional national game, right? Every region should have a game. So when you think about the NEAFL, you think about you got New Jersey, you got mostly Philly, but you got Pennsylvania, you got Delaware, and you got Virginia, right? Those guys should all, the best teams of all the leagues out there should play each other, and they should have a regional champion. North Carolina, South Carolina, West Virginia, Kentucky, all those guys should play each other. Georgia, Florida, Bama, Tennessee, all those guys should play each other. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of narrow it down that way. That'd be really cool. The only problem with that, with the spring, is that it runs into summer and fall ball when you start kind of planning this out. But definitely something that we should kind of consider. And I think it was just fun. It was just fun for me to just put all the teams on paper and just kind of try to figure out where they kind of land against each other. Somebody has said the New York Ducks is way too low. I agree. But when you look at their record and you look at them on paper compared to other teams, I mean, they're a solid football team. A B means that team is competitive. That team could go in and win any game. A is basically saying that team and that particular thing is elite. Like that team is really good at that thing, and that one thing could win the game for them. You look at the Bengals; their offense is elite. Like their offense alone could go out and win the game for them. Their defense is a great, super competitive defense, but I haven't seen their defense win a game for them yet. Right? I haven't heard of their defense winning a game for them yet. More so, if the offense shows up and really balls out, they're in it. Right? If the offense don't show up and don't ball out, they more likely gonna lose that game. And that's kind of what happened when they lost to the Bulldogs, right? Offense just didn't have the firepower that day to outgun the Bulldogs, and the defense let up big points when it mattered the most. So, like these are some of the factors that fall into how this happens. But at the end of the day, I think everybody, doesn't matter where you are, TFL, doesn't matter if you're in New York, Brooklyn, if you're in the IFA all the way in Maine, everybody's going, who the hell are the Eagles and who the hell are the Cardinals, right? And a lot of people have said it. We should have like a TFL IFA bowl game where the two teams play each other. But I feel like it should be more bowl games than that. I think like the top 6 teams, maybe even the top 8 teams should play each other. Whether that's what we do for the preseason next year or that's something that we do in the off season, I don't know. We got to figure it out. But I think it'd be really fun. All right. With that being said, want to get some guys on here, man. Want to get some guys on here from both sides. GM Jug said the league has potential. If you need film, sign up for esportsnet.com. Definitely. Shout out to ESN, man. We got to talk. We got to link. You got to hit me up, man. We got to talk. We got to collaborate. We got to do things together. Semi-pro is one of them levels of football that's crazy interesting. There's a lot going on, and there's just not enough people that know about it. Like the people that know are the people that's playing, but it's so great. Like some of the stories, if you're a fan of All American, the TV show, if you're a fan of Friday Night Lights, the TV show, the movie, like if you watch Remember the Titans, like you would love semi-pro football because like you got all of this stuff happening, but we're all grown men, like, and we're all doing it just because we love it. Like nobody's getting paid. Nobody's getting paid. Nobody's getting paid to do this. Um, guys are just coming out here for the love of the game, just playing against each other. So when you have these crazy stories, like you got this one guy, he won the MVP in the IFA last year. New England Bearcats went and beat the New York Patriots. The New York Patriots went, loaded up, tried to get ready for the next year, said, all right, we coming back crazy. And all of a sudden, he goes to the Cardinals. And the Cardinals is a brand new team. They come in the league and they stacked. They talented. Okay. All right, let's see what's going on there. Now all of a sudden, you had a talented player on the Warhawks. He was super talented, that is. Even when I watch tape on him, I'm like, yo, this dude is different. And then all of a sudden, they got a lot of talent. They got dudes all over. And then Patriots getting better during the season. All of a sudden, the Falcons go from like a maybe team in the TFL. They build up in the all season. They get right. They prepare to go back to the TFL, and then they join the IFA instead. And now you got all this talent flowing around. And I mean, just to understand the storylines is kind of crazy though. But even in the TFL, like TFL has always had 10 plus teams, and this year they only got 6. So you got a lot of guys that might have been spread out, might have been on a bunch of different teams, might have been on teams that was closer to their home, might have played with a bunch of dudes that they grew up with, and now all of a sudden those teams don't exist. I could think of that one team that played in Granny Road. They're not in the TFL, and now all of a sudden these guys are, they playing for Bangers, or they playing for the Long Island Eagles, or they playing somewhere they never played before, right? And then you think about, like the Bengals. Bengals wasn't a great team, but last year they became a competitive team when it mattered most. Like all season they struggled, and then in the last few games they made a run, they made a push, and it was like, oh, Bengals about to do it. But this year they lost a lot of key guys. I mean, similar to what happened with the Bearcats, lost a lot of key guys, and they struggled. They went 0-10. 0-10. That's tough. Can we talk about that for a second? Hold on. Can we talk about this for a second? First time I've ever heard a team not winning a single game and making it to the playoffs. It's crazy. All right. All right. You got 6 teams. All you got is 6 teams. And you got a team that goes winless. All right. If you play 6 games in your season, kind of like the IFA did, they go 0-6. I could kind of like, okay. But they played 9 games. 10 games, I think. They played 10 games or 9. I think they played 9 games. I think they dropped 1 game. They played 9 games and couldn't get a single win, and they made it to the playoffs. That's participation award. That's crazy. Shane Howard said, just as long as it's not on the Lord's Day. Yo. All right, we all right, look. Crusaders, right? Crazy name. Great name. Ugly jerseys. We already talked about this. We go we go drop the information next week about awards and things like that. Players awards. We got a little players awards going on. But yo, this team, every team in the IFA played on Saturday. And when the schedule came out, the schedule came out with the dates. And every date on the schedule is a Saturday. There was no like 19 and 20 or 5 and 6. It was just 5, right? So every team is like, okay, we playing Saturdays all year. And that's not unprecedented. A lot of teams will play on one particular day. And if you need to make an adjustment, like you can't play on that one day, all right, well, as a league, if that team wants to let you play on Sunday, let's say, then y'all figure it out. Y'all work it out the best of your abilities. If not, you didn't abide by the rules, so you take the L. Well, apparently this year the Crusaders were a Sunday only team, and they were playing on the Lord's Day, and they were only playing for Sunday service. So you had to wake up. It didn't matter how far away you live, you had to be at Sunday service in Brooklyn and South Brooklyn, like 20 minutes from the Verrazano, bro. You down there. You deep in Brooklyn. You not right across the border. Sunday service. So in the IFA, just as long as it's not on the Lord's Day. You heard? What's going on, Peter? What's going on, Peter? Oh, Mike, yeah. All right, we definitely got to talk about the best meme maker because yo, the first thing that popped in my head was when Tom Jr. when he had the mustache, and I was like, yo, this dude look like a cop. Yo, I unleashed madness. Yo, I've never seen so many memes on one dude in my life. Like that's crazy. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Crusaders were wearing bonnets. Like, so look, my boy. My boy 2-1 on the Saders, you know what I'm saying? He's always been the bonnet dude, like always. As long as I played against him, I've always seen him with a bonnet. Apparently, his whole squad decided like they was gonna bonnet up for this game. Like that's what they was gonna do. They was all gonna rock the bonnet. So I'm watching it live and I'm like, yo, that's my boy. And then I realized it's like 5 other bonnets on the sideline. I was like, oh, that's crazy. Okay. They intimidating dudes with the waves, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So now, Crusaders is the Bonnet Boys. They the Bonnet Boys. Facts. Oh man, Tom Jr., bro. My man's a get on. My man's a get on the chat. So we got a chat for all those that don't know. We got a chat where all the players in the league, all the coaches and stuff could all be in one spot and talk to each other and say what they got to say. And my man Tom Jr., he'll jump on the live and he'll just laugh. Like, my man's would just jump on the live in the middle of traffic, broad day, and just start laughing. Just say something mad disrespectful. Oh man, he gotta chill. Well, yeah, listen, them Warhawks though, them Seacoast Warhawks, Shane. I'm not gonna say the Seacoast Warhawks. Listen, I played y'all. Y'all some cool dudes. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all some cool dudes. Out of all the teams that I played, outside of dudes that I know, like from playing for years, just like some random dudes I ever played, y'all was a cool team. Y'all was a cool group of dudes. But y'all got a couple dudes. Y'all got a couple of dudes. They got some targets on their back, man. I ain't gonna say no names on YouTube, but there's a couple of dudes like if we playing again, them dudes might not survive the next game for real. Like headshots all day. Um, but y'all got some ballers, man. Tayshawn Watson is a baller. He a dog. Um, Justin Cockcroft is a dog. That's a fact. That dude different. I was worried. I was like, yo, they lost Thaddeus. They season gonna go crazy now. I feel bad because they got talent on that team. No quarterback. My man Justin stepped right in. Was like, nah, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for war. And straight led the team to victory after victory after victory. So big shout out to Justin. Um, East Coast Cardinals. They got a little meme. The whole team should be the whole team. Like if we vote for like for memes, for meme maker, the whole East Coast Cardinals team gotta be up there as one unit because them dudes be hashtag Cardinals suck this, the Cardinals suck. Oh, we worried about the Crusaders, man. We not even worried about the Warhawks. We scared of the Crusaders. Them dudes. Well, why they don't never? Yo, somebody call somebody from the Crusaders. Somebody call somebody from the Cardinals right now. Somebody call Ronnie and tell Ronnie I joined Ronnie's live. Tell Ronnie to join my live since the Cardinals suck so bad. Tell him to come up here and admit how much they suck. Tell him I got somebody from the Eagles on the line waiting. As a matter of yeah, somebody set that up for me in the background. I got the Eagles on the line waiting. Hold on, I'm about to hit them up right now. I'll hit him up right now. Where he at? Hold on, give me a second. I said, yo, join my live. I'm trying to get Cards versus Eagles. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. Cardinals versus Eagles should be a thing. We talked about it. All right. So we looked at this whole regional ranking type thing. And listen, this is why I call it a regional ranking, because just in the two leagues, right? Just in the IFA TFL, you literally have Maine, Mass, New Hampshire, CT, and New York. You got 5 states, bro. You got 5 states. Who that? Shane. Shane, ain't you a Warhawk? Ain't you a Warhawk? Thought you was a Warhawk, Shane. You a Cardinal? Shane, if you're a Cardinal, you gotta join. Straight up. Straight like that. Click the link, join the live if you're a Cardinal. Um, yo, TFL man, Green Wave. You a Cardinal? Nah, you gotta join the live. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Get up here and represent for your team. Matter of fact, call that dude Tom. Tell Tom stop ducking the live. He the most camera friendly person, and then you ask him to join a live, and my man disappears. He gotta save a baby from a burning building. He gotta I seen the pictures of you in uniform, lying ass. My man's on the sideline, posed up. Yo, Ronnie, join the live. Hold on, hold on. I'm trying to get Xavier in here. that's that's hilarious. I need both of y'all. Now, Ronnie, a cool dude. Xavier Carp Jr. Xavier Carp Jr. number 2-1 for the Patriots. Yo, I can't wait because I'm gonna put out. I'm gonna need y'all to tell me exactly, exactly. Yo, I'm gonna need everybody that's in the IFA to let me know who they think the best all around athlete is on their team. Yeah, he only do cameos. Tell Tom to go suck it, man. Y'all seen that picture of him on the train? I couldn't tell if it was really him or not for a second, bro. Nah, that's a big boy though. That's a big boy. I seen the tape of him running dudes over. That's a big boy. I see why everybody believe in him now. For real. Um. Oh, I agree. I agree. I thought that one was easy. I'm not gonna lie. So I feel like, all right, from my opinion, right? The three that popped into my head in the whole league, right? And it's kind of tough with the Patriots because honest truth, everybody in the Patriots, come on, honest truth. Y'all played a lot of football this year, but in the IFA, y'all did not. Y'all did not play a lot of football. Y'all played a little bit of football. And if anybody was smart, they would know that that's kind of a scary thing. That's kind of a scary thing because we ain't really see what y'all really about. Ronnie, when you look at the live on Facebook, there's a link right there. Just click on it, and it'll let you into the little room, and then I can add you from there. Because I'm not going directly through Facebook. So just click on the little link, and I'll be able to add you in. So for me, the three athletes that popped into my mind right away was Cal Jimenez Fox, crazy athlete, crazy dude, fast as lightning. Um, Tayshawn Watson, they call him a running back, but that dude is more than a running back, honestly. Seen him making plays on defense, just like he make plays on offense. Hurdling dudes, stiff arming dudes, spinning. Um, Matter of fact, Ronnie, I'm gonna send you the link. I'm gonna send you the link myself real quick. Hold on. But then the third dude that popped into my head right away was Xavier Carp Jr. Because Xavier the type of dude that'll run a kick return back. He'll go out, make a crazy tackle, force a fumble. He'll get a block kick, and then he'll go play running back and run up the sideline. All in the same game. And he'll line up at receiver too and take a little screen to the house too. Kyle for MVP? Nah, that's crazy. A receiver for MVP? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. A receiver for MVP? That's crazy. X is the truth. X is 100% the truth. Nah, that's tough. A receiver? That's crazy. Look, receiver is the only position in football where you gotta beg for the ball, or you gotta be the craziest athlete ever. Ronnie in the house. Ronnie in the house.
Yeah.
Yo.
The word, dog.
Man, trying to figure out.
Yeah, I just say Cardinals suck, dog. The trash.
Cardinals.
Worst team in the league, bro. Supposedly, I see they only lost the game, and I don't know how that's possible. Just
that's
saying.
What I was told. I had the commissioner up here. Well, he said he's not a commissioner, but we know he's a commissioner.
So what is it? Are they undefeated or they got one loss?
They undefeated.
Okay, so that whole thing with the Eagles, so that will they technically be in first place?
Yeah, still, because they got 8 games. They got 8 wins.
Okay.
They got 8. Y'all only got 5.
I live close to where the Cardinals play, but like I don't even play spring ball, but I play summer ball. So I just like most of them my dudes and shit. Oh, all right.
Come on.
Nah, that's not 5-0. It's got to be 6-0, ain't it?
Nah, y'all only play 5.
5? Damn.
Yeah.
Not me, they.
No, y'all.
Y'all is they.
I see the pictures,
bro. Those pictures I edited. I just put my face on players, bro.
Yeah, you put your face on players. Nah, I heard Ronnie a dog for real. That's what I heard.
Nah, bro,
That's what I heard.
Bro, average, bro.
Nah, I heard Ronnie
summer ball's my shit.
Real. He said the Cardinals suck. Yo, y'all hear this? This is all live. He's on TV saying the Cardinals suck. Look where they at.
But the Cardinals, bro, that's the crazy. Bro, they're a first-year team and they're trash. How the fuck is everyone losing to them? It don't make sense to me, though.
Nah, y'all beat the Warhawks. Y'all beat the Warhawks.
I don't even know who they are.
The Warhawks scored 250 points more than all their opponents. Yo.
I just know
season.
I know Tayshawn Watson is a dog, honestly.
Dog.
Played against him in spring ball. I mean in summer ball. So
he's a dog.
I heard he's a dog. I just know
Goldruff is a dog too.
60 pounds, but that motherfucker can run.
Yo, Justin at they say he a receiver.
Yeah, he could play slot receiver, bro.
That nigga at quarterback, lightning.
Oh, that white boy, bro, he be moving, bro.
Lightning. He be moving,
bro.
And
I'd be like, yo, is this a nigga? Like, yo.
He got the bounce, the skip. He got all of it. I'm like, and he late.
Yeah, bro, he be laying the train. I was watching a live. He scored like 3 TDs or some shit like that off. But yo, his first step is crazy.
Crazy.
Hopefully the Cardinals could stop that shit. No bullshit, bro.
Yeah, right. I heard about the Breakfast Club. The word is out.
Bro, like, motherfuckers
the word is out.
Bro, the Cardinals either, like, you know what I mean? And the crazy thing is, I heard like the Warhawks. I heard like what was it? But I heard they're ready to plug and play the Cardinals I heard like man on man press like all game long. I'm like, that's gonna be a long day. I'm trying to
man on man press.
I heard they're not.
What's old boy name? Oh, what's old boy name that be head topping everybody?
Gritty.
Yeah. Oh, nah, don't man on man.
From the Warhawks. They said that he's the best DB in the league.
Don't man that boy.
He had 2 picks back to back against the Bearcats, number 0. His name's Gritty.
Nah, don't. That boy built like a safety though. If they put him at safety,
that boy, and you can tell that boy from down south somewhere in Florida. Yeah, he
grew up on bacon and cornbread, bro.
The boozy.
He grew up on bacon and cornbread. That boy, but he could tackle for a corner.
Yeah, bro. He could play any position on the field.
For a corner, he come down crazy.
Facts. And so
I don't know, bro.
Like I be watching film, bro, because I played against him in the summer league too. He be doing his thing. I'll give it to him though.
Where he play at in the summer?
Huh?
Where he played in the summer?
I was playing for the Taunton Gladiators.
And where he was at?
He was on the Admirals.
Oh, okay. Yo,
they lost
talking about that.
Shamrocks, and the Shamrocks is the one that beat the Brooklyn Seminoles.
Right. The Shams is legit. We talked about this. We're gonna talk about it more.
Play week 1 next week.
Yeah, the Admirals and the Shams is the first game, ECFL, right? June 18th.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that shit's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be the loud pack right there.
If my boy make it all the way, he got to go through them cards. But if he make it all the way, he got to make a decision. Yo, that's one of the things, bro, that I hate about what happened with the scheduling this year. And we didn't even have a long season. And how we still ran into the ECFL. That's crazy.
Do you know? Obviously, you probably know more than me, but do you know what the schedule or whatever it looks like next week? If whoever makes the championship.
I know it's the 18th.
Yeah,
it's gonna be in the afternoon, and supposedly it's gonna be in Boston. Somewhere close to Boston.
Like early in the morning, or like early in the afternoon, or
like a 7 p.m. I think, or 6 p.m.
People got to make some decisions then next week.
Me too, bro. Like me too.
Who do you play for in the summer?
Southern Valley Vipers.
Is that ECFL or NFL?
No, that's ECFL. That's in what they call a single A, but the Coast Division.
You playing single A? Come on, man. Is that the closest team? Let me guess. That's the closest to you?
Yeah, they mad close to my doorstep, but that's the plan. The plan was never to play single. That's just Jim.
Bro, you gotta play triple A, dog.
That's Jim having his rules, bro. You know what it is?
It's the lineman. You feel me? Honestly.
Nah, you know what it is for me? For me, it's the coach. I could care less where I play as long as I play somewhere that I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not frustrated every week. I'm not like ready to quit football every week. Because if you end up on the wrong team, and when I played in New York, I played for a couple organizations where I was just frustrated. And like
Wait, you live in CT?
I live in CT now, but I used only 3 years ago. Yeah, man.
That's like that dude RJ that plays for the Cardinals. That motherfucker be coming from New Rochelle to all the way to fucking Brockton. He crazy. Bro.
And that's where I used to live. I used to live in Mount Vernon, right next to New Rochelle. So I already know. I chopped it over RJ. He a dog too.
I don't really know him like that, but like I just know I just be seeing like some of his tapes and shit like that. We friends on Facebook because of summer league and shit like that.
Nah, I definitely don't travel more than RJ. But listen. I'm not going to announce anything, but I'm on the fringe of having to take a 2-hour trip for the summer. I might be playing AAA. All right, I'm on the fringe. The problem for me is in ECFL, AAA in Connecticut, running back is oversaturated, and we got a lot.
Why don't you play for like the CT Panthers or some shit like that?
Because they got Newsom. Newsom was a running back at UConn.
So you can't start or get reps.
Nah. I'm not better than Newsom. I'm not better than Newsom. I ain't gonna sit here and cap. I'm not better than him. But it's not even the fact. It's like it's too many running backs, and we all right there with each other, and we all do different shit. Like we all got our different specialties. So you gonna get 5 reps at most, or I could go somewhere and get 15 to 20 reps. What I'm gonna be happy doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But or you know what I'm saying, but like what you said that single A, you're gonna get probably like 30 snaps like to you. So it's like you need to do your thing, but like you gotta put your to the max. You feel me? Like you know what I'm saying?
Because there's some dudes in my team. Like if you take the top 4 teams in single A, like you take the Rebels as a single A team now. They have a single team. You got the Tar Heels. You take the Thundercats and you take the Vipers. Yeah. Those 4 teams those are really double A teams. they in single A because of BS. Really, like Jim should have them in double A. And there's some dudes on them teams. There's some dudes on them teams. It's kind of weird. It's weird because like the Tar Heels, we played a double A team last year and beat them. Now they in single A. So, I mean, the Vipers played the Panthers, and that was their first game ever, first game ever, and put up a fight. You know what I'm saying? So it just goes to show you that drop off is really not that high for certain teams. I don't know.
I got you.
At the end of the day, I'd rather travel to Rhode Island or New Hampshire and play for a team out there than play in Connecticut. That's just how shit is set up out here. You know what I'm saying? No.
So you basically still indecisive though. Who you gonna really play for the summer? You just like pick, basically just choosing right now what's closest to you.
Nah. I fucks with my offensive coordinator. Me and my coach, Coach Matt. You know what I'm saying?
So you already signed your contract for the summer.
Yeah, I'm sticking with him. You know what I'm saying?
I respect.
But there's another back there in the system there, so we kind of talking about it. That's all. That's all it's gonna come down to. We kind of talking about it. And my whole thing is, if I'm gonna play single A ball, you know what I'm saying? I gotta be doing something. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be worth it because if I'm a split time, I can split time in 3A.
I feel you on that.
Man, so. But stop talking about me, man. Let's talk about this damn IFA.
Man, this IFA shit, bro. Like honestly,
I did the numbers. Hold on. Bro. I did the numbers, and the numbers say the Warhawks should win 35-31.
35-31? That's what they were saying?
That's what the stats, like if you take the stats and you just do some math, what it said. In my personal opinion, the Cardinals win 28.
You think it's a better game with Junior Brown, obviously, you know what I'm saying, with the injury. You know what I'm saying? Like you think about it, like you put Junior Brown on there compared to like the full team versus full team, because every team's missing somebody. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, somebody's missing somebody. But you add Junior Brown to that team, bro, they're different. You know what I'm saying? Like
they're different, bro.
Like, I mean, you're making it seem, well, not you, but like it's like basically how Drew Bledsoe got hurt, and then all of a sudden this motherfucker Tom Brady comes in and kills. You know
Yo, that's what it's like, bro.
Bro, he ain't no Tom Brady, bro. Nah, bro. He he's a fake Michael Vick, dog. No, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
I said that to one of their dudes on their team, and my man's tried to play down that. My man's was like, oh, he fumbled the ball a bunch of times and he didn't really have a difference. I'm like, yo, I don't even know Thaddeus. I don't even know Northeast football, but I was watching the game and I'm like, yo.
Yeah, me and Thaddeus, we played together last year on the Gladiators. And I'll tell you right now, bro, yo, Thaddeus is a fucking just all-around athlete, bro. Like any type of, bro, he can play anything. I'll keep it a buck with you right now, bro. Any position you're on the field, he can play.
And you can see it. You can see it from tape. That's how you know how raw it is.
That, bro, but the thing is, he's dangerous at receiver. That's the craziest part.
Really?
That's the craziest part. Motherfuckers don't realize, bro. Yes, bro. He's nasty at receiver, bro. I'm telling you right now. And that motherfucker can run, bro. Like, you know, like how journalism kicks in. Let's say the cops are chasing you, running like you never ran in your life, bro, or like a dog. Run, bro. Run. Yo. Telling you, bro.
I can't take nothing away from Justin though. Justin stepped in, he did his thing, but they're not the same dude.
Nah, but he's an injury, bro. It's crazy. Bro. Like, God forbid, I never like tore anything like ligaments or anything like in my knee, like, but like Achilles, bro. Like I seen them shit. Like, remember like that video of KD when he tore his Achilles? You seen like the replay? That shit just ripped. It's like, bro, that shit just looked nuts. Like, I can't only imagine how that motherfucker felt, bro. That shit, oh, man.
And it happened mid-play, too. Like, you seen him do the little, hit the little move, and then just like.
Bro, but the thing is, it happened. I seen the replay, and, like, that shit happened before he got hit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a certain cut that, like, just, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, man. Like, you hate to see it walk, like, happen. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh.
Especially to a dude of that caliber, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That caliber, you hate to see a dude go down like that and just like instantly know, like
Junior Brown down dogs, bro.
I heard that his recovery crazy though. I heard he might be back out on the field for the summer.
Yeah, bro. I was talking. I asked him. He's like, bro, I'm healing quick. I'm like, that's like some AP shit. Cause like usually like shit like that be taking like at least like fucking like a year. But this motherfucker done like 6 months. I'm like, bro, that's just crazy, bro.
That's crazy.
He said, I'm ready for summer. I'm like, summer? I'm like, I was thinking about football.
You mean summer of 23?
Yeah, like, nah, bro. Because look at Klay Thompson, bro. He turned his shit. He didn't play for like almost a year and a half. Like, nah.
That's,
you know what I'm saying? And that's basketball, bro. Football and basketball is totally different, bro. Like, nah. Ain't no way.
Totally different.
Nah.
I just hope that he's still like at least 90% of what he was. You know what I'm saying? Because they always say that.
So like it's always like I know people that have done it because I played college football and basketball. Like when they tear the shit, they be like scared to plant like how they normally will. You know what I'm saying? Like they give that little maybe not.
Facts, big facts.
But
Yo,
yeah.
so Leonard said there's no difference between 1A and 3A. I don't believe that.
Wait, hold on. I can't even see the comments right now.
Yeah, Leonard Gunnell. He said no difference in those classifications.
He said there's no difference between single A and triple A.
Yeah.
Then he must play like left bench or some shit. Like I don't know. Because
bro,
there's a big difference between single A and triple A. Like honestly, bro, like yeah, like the receiving shit is like you know what I'm saying, like it might be the same, but the O lineman, bro, and D lineman is totally different from single A and double A. I'm telling you right now.
The
lineman is everything, bro. Every other position is the same because the quarterback is the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But like the old lineman, bro, was like,
see you soon, baby.
Nah, because ain't no single A team beating no triple A team, bro. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah,
without
I
old lineman, bro, y'all ain't shit, bro. I'm just
I
being
agree.
honest.
I agree.
It stops with the old lineman because without the old lineman, QB ain't getting nothing off.
Listen, Leonard, I can say the same thing, right? So I play single A, I average like 8 yards a carry. I play triple A, I average like 4 or 5 yards a carry. That's damn near the same thing. I'm still getting off, but like,
because look at all right, ready? You put Tayshawn on a single A team with no old lineman. You tell me he's gonna be doing the things he's doing right now? Nah.
Sometimes. Every now and again, he gonna break loose. Other than that,
but that happens in every league. But I'm saying if you break loose, you break loose. But without an old line, your running game ain't working, bro. You throwing that bitch.
Facts. And it's easier for a dude like me because I'm big body. But even sometimes I be frustrated. I'll be like, yo, if y'all niggas don't get it together, bro.
You have to work for your yards, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing about something like you know what I'm saying, not something, but like in general, you need the old lineman because like just like in the NFL, ain't no run game happening without an old lineman, bro, at all.
Ain't nothing happening without your old line. Nothing.
Because them linebackers, bro, is just as fast.
If they can't pick up a blitz, if they can't guard that little skinny receiver that's playing DN,
it's game over.
If they can't take the double team and slide over to protect, it's game over. Your whole game is done, bro. And what people don't realize is, especially at semi-pro, but this is true at every level, it's way easier to coach your defense to do the right thing than your offense, bro. Offense got to be in sync. Everything got to be on time. Your quarterback got to be on time. Defense, you just got to be in the right spot. And you got to have the speed to do it and the strength to do it. You know what I'm saying? As long as you know what you're supposed to be doing, you good. You could do your own thing. Offense ain't like that. So, like, there's a big difference between 1A and 3A. What I agree, Shane said there should not be a 1A. There should only be a 2A.
Yeah, that's it.
I agree with you. Even further,
like,
I feel like it should just be one.
Yeah, you can make one big team or try to like join forces like how some teams do. Because shit ain't working out. Mean Machine definitely, or whatever they call the main team, whatever, they need to definitely merge with somebody else. Like the Bearcats.
Yeah.
I'm saying that right there. Like, they can't have two separate teams. Because, like, Connecticut, there's like fucking 30 teams, bro. It's like, like 3 miles away from each other. Y'all might as well just merge.
There's teams that practice at the same field at the same time. One team show up and they be like, yo, we're going to take that side.
Exactly.
Like, come on. It's crazy. But the thing about Maine is somebody was telling me that they live on one side of Maine and to get to the other side of Maine, it takes them like 4 hours to get there. That's beef.
But there's a lot of teams though that are like within like an hour.
Well, now not in Connecticut and Maine.
Oh man, yeah, oh yeah. Maine
In
different.
Connecticut, I could drive from one side. I could drive from the most south part of Connecticut to the most north part of Connecticut in like 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
Connecticut little. Connecticut
Yeah,
little. That's the crazy thing about Connecticut too, is that it's so little and you got teams like every 5 cities, bro. Like every couple cities, you got another team. They all the cities is right there. It's kind of crazy. I don't know.
Nah, usually.
I don't know that. I mean, you could say the same thing about Boston though.
Bro.
There's mad teams in Boston.
Yeah, but the teams in Boston, there's not that many teams like in Boston because this year there's a couple of teams in Boston now, but like most of the time if you're from Boston, a lot of people play for the Bandits, the Boston Bandits. You know what I'm saying, and then there's a couple. There's like other teams in Boston, but they're like either lower division or like you know what I'm saying, or single A. But like there's not that many though. If you're playing for a Boston team, most of the time you're gonna end up playing for the Bandits.
So you got okay.
Because you got the
Boston Bandits, you got the Brockton Bucks.
You got let me see, you got the Shamrocks, you got the CTT Panthers, you know what I'm saying? Because they're in the AAA.
Yeah, matter of fact, let me put it up real quick.
Like those, like the ones that like out of state. Like, yeah,
there you go.
Like the Bucks is basically where the Cardinals are because they're both in Brockton. So, and then you got Troy City, which is in Fall River and shit like that. But like a bunch of like the Connecticut team, like look at the Connecticut team. There's like 7.
And that's just in the ECFL. You're not even talking about other leagues like the NEFL.
Bro, look at how many Connecticut teams there are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously they're in different divisions, but there's like, bro, like y'all can make like 3 teams. You know what I'm
saying? And Windsor is in Connecticut too. Mm-hmm. So the Windsor Flyers is another Connecticut team.
Yeah.
The Golden Badgers is in Boston, right? Or that's close to Boston.
Mm-hmm.
How far is Marlboro from Boston?
Probably like at least like a 25-30 minute drive, maybe.
Oh, that's not bad. I know Mill City is in what? Rhode Island?
Damn. I've never been to Mill City before.
Hold on, let me Google it real quick.
At least 30. It should be at least like 30 minutes, 40 minutes from Boston. Not 100% sure.
Yeah, because I saw something. I can't find them right now. I saw something on a page where they posted like where they was practicing at, and I was like, I thought Mill City was like a name, like a code name or something, you know, like a nickname. But that's the real name of the city. I was like, oh, but it wasn't that bad.
I know.
But yo, what do you think since we on the topic right now? Who you think is the best team out of the Northern Division?
What happened?
Who you think is the best team out the Northern Division in the ECFL?
In the ECFL?
Yeah.
In the Northern Division?
Yep.
Shamrocks.
Agreed.
You said
who's the second best though?
And then you're talking about the Northern Division, definitely the Shamrocks.
Who's next up?
It'll definitely be the Admirals. And then
Admirals in the South. Admirals in the South. Who's the second best in the North?
Second best in the North?
Yeah.
I'll say the Bandits.
Bandits?
Yeah.
I agree.
And then you go. All right. So I'll go in order. 2 teams from East Division. I'll go the Shamrocks at 1. I'll put the Bandits second, and then Southern Division, Admirals, and then I'll say Connecticut Panthers number 2 for the Southern Division.
Ooh.
Nah, I'm telling you, they beat the Shamrocks last year. The only team that beat the Shamrocks. You gotta give them respect. You know what I'm saying? And then
the Panthers look dangerous right now.
Yeah, and they added some players too.
Yeah, you know where they came from.
Yeah, from the Shamrocks. Come on.
Nah, they added some players from the Fire. Forgot they missing.
So that's the thing. That's the thing. They were the Fire because they beat the outlier because that COVID season I played for the Bucks and we lost them in the chip and the bunch. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They got that running back. What's his name? We call him No Neck.
Who?
Cooper or whatever his name is.
Yo, but Cooper's in the Stings. Yo, to me, my dark horse in the South is the Mustangs, bro.
Yeah,
that's my dark horse. I think the Mustangs gonna be gritty. They're gonna be a run first team. Their defense played nasty. You know how they play. They play real nasty, hit you all, beat you all up. I think the Stings gonna be the dark horse of the South, bro.
Okay. And so
they got dogs.
The East Coast Conference, which is only 4 teams in it, I'll say the Rebels.
Yeah.
And I'll put the Hurricanes up there.
Yo, that's smart because the Bulls struggling.
Struggling.
I don't know what's going on.
How many you see all these teams in the Coast Division? It's like, damn.
Yo, not for nothing. They should both be AA and they should split the two.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, like I honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I don't even know. Like, all right, like I might give it the Thundercats in that division and then Tar Heels.
Yeah, and you know, I was a Tar Heel last year.
Oh, was you?
I was a Tar Heel last year.
Bro,
So
I was this close to going there last year too.
Yo, like a good group, a good core of the Tar Heels is on the Vipers.
Because they were a first-year team last year.
Nah, they was a third-year team, but that was their first year in the ECFL.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah. And put it together. What's the difference between the Rebels and the Hartford Rebels? The only difference is that they in different divisions. They actually the same organization. They just split the two teams.
Okay. Because I know, I remember they had like some issue or some shit like that. I was reading about like ineligible players, I think, right? Or some shit like that.
Yeah, they had like 90 dudes on the roster, and they like, yo, we want to. This dude got injured, so we want to put him in. You know what I'm saying? He been here all season, and they like, nah, you can't do that. You can't have reserve players, bro. You get your 60, and that's it.
Damn.
So they said, I bet we gonna make a. Nah, Shane. You know why? You know why it's not varsity and JV? I tell you why. Because the Rebels is smart. I can't confirm this or not, but the belief that's going around is that the better players are actually in the Coast Division because they know there's more competition in the Coast than there is in the East. And the East Division has some of the newer guys, still good talent, but they got just enough that they know they still gonna win it. They're not really loaded up. They got just enough because they're getting ready for the change that's going to come. Because what we talking about right now, Jim has already announced. He said it on my show. He said next year we're not going to have a single A. Next year it's just going to be 2 and 3, and more likely it's going to look the same way that it does in 3A. Where you just have conferences. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they look like they ahead of the curve already, and not for nothing. Just so you know, I'm gonna talk about it. The Tar Heels and the Falcons were supposed to do the same thing because we basically all the same players. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the Falcons were supposed to be the big brother to the Tar Heels, and the Falcons were supposed to come into the ECFL and go up a division. You know what I'm saying? And basically funnel our way back and forth. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't work out. I feel like more teams should do that. I feel like the Shamrock should take the badges under they wing and develop players, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Should be like that.
It's gonna be an interesting season though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all these teams. But the thing is though, I feel like there's too many people in the Coastal Division. They gotta split them up in the Eastern Division because, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the Rebels could just win that.
Not as true. The Rebels.
3 more teams to that East Coast Division, that East Division. That's just me.
They got a lot of crossover games. Like I know for the Vipers, our first game is against the Thundercats. Our second game is against the Bulls.
Yeah.
I don't know about the rest of the season, but I heard that there's like 3 or 4 crossover games. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. If not, the East Division is supposed to have 10 games. How you gonna have 10 games with 4 teams?
That's true.
You can't. Even if you played twice, you still only get 8 games or 6 games.
Add up.
Yeah, you only get 6 games, even if you play everybody twice. So
it's like you gotta have play like against like random teams. Like, you mean one in your division or two maybe. Like, but like trying to add it up. Like, all right, like in the East Coast division, each team's gonna play each other. Like, it could be 2 or 3 times. Like, at least, you know what I'm saying?
it would have to be 3 times. Yo, that
Which
happened last year.
that don't make
Last year in the Coast, because in the Coast division we had 2 teams fold. Right, we started out with 6, we had 2 fold, and we only had 4 left. We ended up playing the Wolves 3 times in a row. I think
3 games in a row.
we played them 3 games in a row, bro. Because we played them twice in the season back to back, and then they were the lower seed and we was the top seed, so we played the first round of the playoffs too.
That's crazy.
Because I know we played Thundercats 3 times.
Yeah, I know for the Admirals, we played Troy City Titans literally back-to-back weeks, like home and away. Like,
yo, isn't that supposed to happen this year again? There's a team that's supposed to play back-to-back. Yo, yeah. I hate that.
Yeah, I'm like, it don't make sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? You'd rather just like play somebody else, bro. Like, or like I'd rather either play like the Shamrocks and then play the Cardinals and then play like another team, then play that team again. Not like back-to-back. It's like, bro, like you're just basically running the same shit again. Like,
and that's what I was gonna say. Like, if you played in a better organization, you know what I'm saying, where your team could really like run like half a playbook and then add a whole half of the playbook the next week, you know what I'm saying, where you really practice. But like, I don't know, as a running back, bro, that shit sucks because we could only run but so many plays, and then the next time I see you, you know everything we doing. And then if I gotta see you again,
it's like, bro, really?
Like, come on, they calling my plays for me.
In the parking lot last week, now I gotta do it again.
Exactly. So I hate that, bro.
I mean, it is what it is, bro. But we gotta get. I mean, forget about summer right now. It's about like these last 4 teams. You know what I'm saying, in the IFL.
Yeah.
Hey, so it's like we gotta get worried about that shit right now.
I agree with you. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick. I agree with you because.
Hey, but no bullshit, bro. I'm telling you, dog. This shit's gonna get spicy. Like, somebody's really gonna get upset this weekend. I know it ain't gonna be because I'm just a spectator, bro. So it don't matter.
Somebody said it, and I said it myself. Like, the real championship game is the Cards Warhawks game. Those 2 teams really earned it. That's really the championship game. But never ever count nobody out. That's what I always say. Falcons did it to the Crusaders, got smoked. The Patriots was hitting me up like, yo, we not trying to do it. If you got tape, let me see it, because I'm trying to make sure we don't screw up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you gotta be, because it's any given Sunday, bro. It's any given Sunday. You never know. Somebody important don't make it, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody gets sick or something. You never know. You might be backed up in the corner. And that could happen this weekend. You never know.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You can't sleep on nobody.
You can't sleep on nobody. Nobody.
Lower division, higher division, bro. It's just like the NCAA March Madness, motherfucker. What? You know, shit.
If you watch that first game, that first Cardinals Warhawks game, you know that shit came down to one play.
One play, bro. And
it came down to one play, bro.
Crazy thing
that motherfucker said.
Yep. One hit, right on Critty.
Yeah, and I said it too, because
that's just playing in his head right now. You know, it's like, nah, bro. He's trying to come different.
When they went to Cal early in the game, I said, oh, they going back to that. I said it. When they went to him early in the game, I said they going back to that. But they waited and waited and waited,
and they executed on the right time.
Executed, bro. Oh. So you know, even with that being out, it's still gonna be a game. You know what I'm saying? If the Cards slow up just a little bit, you never know. It could get out of hand quick.
That's definitely gonna be. But let's talk about the Falcons and the Patriots though. Are you gonna end up playing Saturday?
Nah, I'm hurt, bro.
So you're not gonna play?
I'm hurt, bro.
You got the boot, don't you?
I'm hurt, bro. I don't got it on right now. It's in the corner.
Damn.
Hold on, can you see it? Wait. See it? See it there?
Yeah, I see that boot before.
Yo, I don't know. I'm gonna try it. If I'm feeling healthy, I got a physical therapist at Florida.
I was in my boot. I'll be leaving class like 15 minutes early, dog.
Facts.
With an
Facts.
escort, like lunch, all that.
Yeah, it's disturbing.
Facts.
But look, we got backs, man. We got backs. You know what I'm saying? Like they younger though. You know what I'm saying? I do some things on the field that's like different. You know what I'm saying? It's not all about my athletic ability. I do some things on the field, but we got guys that can step in. It's just about whether or not we show up. I've been saying it all season. The Falcons have been the team that plays great at home. They don't play great on the road. So all them guys that say, "Oh, I got to work and I got family and I got this and that," and that's why. Well, now you got to be there, bro. And then if we do win,
show up.
Time to show up. You know what I'm saying? We beat them on the road. We beat them in their house.
If you don't show up, you're just gonna watch it live on the next game. That's it.
So it was a tough one. Like I say, we beat them in their house, but it was a tough one. We got in the red zone 5 times, only scored once, right? Or 6 times, only scored once. So the way that we looking at it, if we would have executed in the red zone, we would have scored 40 points. It would have been a blowout. But the truth of the matter is, against every team this season, we got in the red zone and didn't make it count.
Hey, shit, my phone's on 1%, dog. But like,
yo, go ahead, bro. Say what you gotta say.
I'm gonna say this right now. So this weekend, I'm telling you, someone's gonna be upset. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know who or what, but like, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna watch this shit. Yo, chill out. My uncle. So you know what I'm saying? We just gotta
yes, sir.
Go with the flow.
Whoever's upset, they're gonna be upset all year.
But hey, but good for this. But you know what I'm saying? We'll get back to this. We'll talk about talk about tomorrow or some shit like that before.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, make sure we get the votes and shit. Hit me up in the DMs. We gotta talk about it. We're gonna get these votes. We're gonna announce it next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro. Later. Big shout out to Ronnie for joining the live, man, helping me out with that. Look, we had some fun, man. Where my TFL dudes at? Where my Tri-Borough Football League? All my Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Long Island, Staten Island. Where y'all at? Why y'all not on the live? Why y'all got nothing to say? Y'all talk so crazy in these chats and forums. But then I give you the big stage and you don't want to say nothing. Come on, man. Come on, man. We had the Cardinals on the line. Y'all talked about who's the Cardinals. Why is the Cardinals ranked so high next to the Eagles? The Bengals should be higher. We had the Cards on the line. Nobody showed up. It's cool. Listen, I appreciate y'all, man. We passed the time already. Tonight was fun. Got to talk to somebody from the IFA. Listen, Ronnie can say all he wants. The Cardinals don't suck, and he's nice. All right? He's nice. That boy could ball. So it's gonna be interesting, man. Like we said, somebody gonna lose this weekend, and it's gonna happen all over the place. Remember, the Bengals play the Green Wave. That's 4-6. Falcons play the Patriots. That's 5-7. Cardinals and Warhawks play each other. That's 2-3. The Eagles got the Ducks 1-8. Damn. Now that I look at it, it's almost like we in the leagues together. The way that the playoffs is stacking up, that's like a perfect 1-8. That's crazy. Shane said he predicted the Cards versus the Falcons early in the year. Listen, as a Falcon, bro, we hurt, we banged up. We got some guys that that disappeared on us mid-season. They went and did some other things with their time, and they ballers. Excuse me, y'all. I got allergies, but we got some guys that disappeared on us, and they ballers. You know what I'm saying? We got some guys that was the focal point of our team, and as the season went on, maybe the spotlight was a little too big for them. You know, we got some guys that stepped it up. At the end of the day, we really just got to figure out our identity. We got to play as a team for a common goal. That's really what the Falcons' problem's been. And the Patriots is one of those teams that they have an identity, and they've always had an identity. You know, they're very, like, you know what you get when you play them type of team. You know what I'm saying? Like, that you don't really get surprised when you play the Patriots. So that doesn't work in our favor. You you know, and statistically we're like dead even. Like we're dead even. So oh, Aaron Sweet is a dog. Aaron Sweet is a dog. One of my favorite linemen that I've ever run behind. He's a dog playing guard. Big New York country boy. Um, Listen, if Aaron and my old line got anything to say about it, we gonna win that game, right? I'm hoping to be healthy, but if not, we got enough talent in our backfield between Maz and uh, Dennis Coleman. You know, I'm thinking about my boy Eric Dudley, who's hurt. You know, what I'm saying that wide receiver. That's really what was going through my head just now. Is that we hurting that wide receiver really, and we got a couple key guys that's missing, but we got some guys that's there to step up. So it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, that's why I said the Cards Warhawks game is probably like the chip game. Before the chip, like that's the big matchup. But that Falcons Patriots game is going to be a crazy one. It's going to be fun. It's either going to be a shootout or it's going to be down to the wire. But whatever it is, it's going to be close. It's going to be tough. It's going to be some fun football. I'm interested to see what happens with the unit and the Jags game because that's going to be a close one. Like, this is probably the best week of football for semi-pro all year up to this point. It's going to be crazy. I'm itching. I can't wait for Saturday, man. I'm praying that I wake up Saturday and my foot feels perfectly fine, like nothing happened, so I can play in this game, man. But yo, with that being said, I appreciate y'all for joining tonight. As always, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Love y'all for coming out. Definitely visit the 60 for 60 YouTube channel. I'm gonna post a YouTube video. I'm gonna post a YouTube version of this. Go on there, like, subscribe, share. Try to get as much attention on our football. Like I said, a lot of us play in the ECFL. I'm gonna talk to the guys in the TFL, try to figure out where the majority of those guys are going, if it's the EFA or wherever they're going in the summer. And then I know with the NEAFL, they turn into the XEFL in the summer. So we're going to try to keep the coverage going. You know what I'm saying? We just going to swap over to the different leagues. I've been focusing on the ECFL because there's so many teams trying to slowly get the people who don't know what's going on involved a little bit. But pretty soon, we're going to make that full transition. We're going to start introducing the teams. We're going to start talking. And the ECFL dudes love to talk crap. They love to talk crap. So you're going to see a whole lot of crap talking pretty soon. But with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all again for coming out tonight. And listen, I'm going to get up out of here. Y'all enjoy your night. Get ready for this great weekend of football action. If you can't make it to the games, definitely tune in, watch the videos. If you can find a YouTube video, if they live streaming, whatever it is, chime in, show some love, support your semi-pro football, programs. It's tough what we do. It really is. It's really tough. It's tough on the body. It's tough on the owners. It's tough on the leagues. It's not easy to make this football stuff happen. That's why you really don't see it, done too well other than in the NFL. So, thank you guys again. Love y'all all. See you at the 50.